Okay, we have yet another condensate drain issue. Boy, that has been the most popular service call this summer. That's for sure. We have not been to this house before, so let's go in here and see what we can find. Down.
Oh, you want me to you want me to just let you go, or?
So here's our obvious.
Yeah, and that one was, if you look
good.
right next to, inside, right next to, I'll show you how deep, you can almost see how deep it was.
We got a helicopter here.
It was about 5/8 inch deep. I put a little magic.
All right, so this one, this one's definitely helicopter city, but so you see we got one of them dripping and one of them not, and he's pretty sure that this one here is the far one, and from me following the lines over, looking at it, that's what I believe too. Of course, they can go in the crawl space and who knows what happens, but I believe this is the one we're having an issue with because it has not been dripping. Let's see if we get anything out of it. I'd say that thing is dead stopped up. So let's take our cutters and go up in the attic and start the process of elimination. So we're going to start here. Here's the trap down here. Of course, it's teed in with the secondary drain, which is stupid in my opinion. And she is dead plugged. So if I had to guess, it's going to be that elbow under the house.
Well, I did sell
Gonna
like
be my guess.
12 to 15.
All right, look at that. So there's an elbow coming down. Right there. There's two right there and one right there. So if I had to guess, one of those 1, 2, 3, 4 elbows is clogged. So I'm gonna cut it here and there, which I can stick right back together with the two couplings and the glue that I brought, and I'm going to bank on and hope that that's where the clog's at. And the helicopter was nice enough to inform me that he was gonna go get his knee pads and follow me under here. So that's after the story of how he spent 2 weeks when he bought the house fixing the vapor barriers. Here he comes. Oh joy. A little nasty.
Pretty full.
Got the
Like
other one.
a trap that was built into it, huh? Yeah, the way they had that hooked up.
Sludge. It's easy enough to flush out because that's free. So let's see where the real clog is. I think it's right there. Yep.
Pretty plugged.
Dead. if we can figure out something MacGyver would do. I think this is quite flexible enough, like the
I do have a zip tie. It won't do
piece I
anything.
usually
when you
use
feel
of
it going up around the corner.
grazing rod. Here we go. I'm gonna have to take this outside.
Oh, is the one that goes up the wall clean? Do you think?
At the door of the crawl space.
Really plugged?
Pretty good. All that and all that. Still going nowhere. Nasty. Well, we ain't gonna get out of crawling with this. So it's gonna have to go outside and come back in. Oh well. Let's go. Tell you the real problem I got with helicopters is they slow you down. Nah.
Right?
All right. Here we got it back in place. Let's go outside. All right, even though they're both draining now with cold water, we saw what's in this one. So we're gonna do a little bit more before we leave it. Let's see what comes through. So, as always, let's go pour some cleaner in this line and flush it. All right, we're not going to cut the normal vent style anti-siphon here. I just don't want it in the way right here. I just don't see a good place the way they've got that. I don't want to repipe this whole thing from scratch, which we may do at a later time. But here today, trying to keep everybody in service. So you know what we got here. It's about 50-50 yellow death. So we cut this T in up here. And we're gonna put a cap on that. See if we can pour this without cutting it off. And that ain't gonna happen. Right there. Goal is obviously to fill this thing up with something a little bit stronger than water. And go outside and vacuum it through.
Power it on.
Yeah. So we got the cap higher than the fan, so we're going to leave that unglued. Go outside and vacuum it through. All right. So I can already see the pipe full of our yellow death. Yep. And it's dripping out. So I'd say we're good here. See what I see out of this other one. Nothing but water. We should be good. That one's back to looking nice. Cold water. And this one is now flushed out. And you can hear the trap trying to fill. I don't know if you can hear that with the camera. So we are clear and flowing. All right, so that was pretty simple. A little bit of work for a minute, but we pretty much, by simple deduction, knew where the problem would be. I had no idea there'd be 4 elbows down there instead of 1 or 2, whatever, but anyway, we did find the problem easy enough, I guess because it came down right on top of a pier. Is, you know, what added a couple of more elbows, a few more to the mix, but it was easy enough to find. Yeah, the helicopter guy there, he's an engineer, you know, nice enough guy, you know, but I can remember back in the old days before we ever had videos or phones or any of that, or before we made any videos, you know, the helicopters would bother us a little bit, but for the most part, we just kind of worked with it and ignored it, went on, you know. And now when we're trying to make videos, obviously we don't want to sound like we're talking to ourselves. Some of them you can explain it, some of them you can say these are training videos or these are whatever, and, you know, nonetheless. Store here for a minute. Freshen up our hydration units, but anyway, they don't really bother us that bad, but it does hinder the video commentary. But I did get shots of the most important stuff of what took place, so I'll go ahead and put the video together and post it. And I appreciate you watching. Let's go to the next one.